The Kriegsmarine's large offensive into the North Atlantic is already off to quite the start. Earlier in the week, a Revenge-class battleship was hounded by a wolf pack of U-boats to the south of the Faroe Islands. U-28, a Type 7A class U-boat, managed to get the final hits on the target. A spread of 4 G7A torpedoes were fired at the lumbering battleship. All 4 eels struck the target, and the British battleship was overcome with flames and flooding. A few minutes later, she slipped below the waves. Prince Eugen and Admiral Scheer are making their way through the Denmark Strait. Thus far, they have remained undetected. A large part of their success is due to the inclement weather. That all being said, it seems inevitable that the 2 ships will be able to break out into the North Atlantic and commence raiding operations against Allied convoys. On July 15th, BDU, based in Lorient, received a radio message from U-48. It read, "Small convoy sighted, submerging to attack." Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome back to War on the Sea as we continue to play our North Atlantic campaign as the Kriegsmarine. U-48 here has encountered what seems to be a convoy. We are going to bring up the UI and raise the scope. 3 ships right in front of us. Let's immediately change course and get in position to intercept. One thing I also want to do is rig for silent running, reduce our speed down to 3 knots, up scope. Let's see what we are working with here. U-48 has a full complement of torpedoes, it seems. And hello, big old troop transport. There's a destroyer in the rear. It says their hydrophone operator's picking up 3 ships. We are going to target that one, of course. Ah, there's the 3rd ship. It looks like a sloop or a corvette way back there. Very difficult to see, but we have our target. That is absolutely the target here. We are going to turn. How far away are they? 7 kilometers out. Down scope, let's increase speed to 5 knots and try to close in on the target. Underwater, you know what? Go to 7 knots and drop down to 40 meters. U-48 is now 6 kilometers away from the target. At the point of impact, it looks like the merchant ship will be around 4 kilometers out, which is good enough. We are going to reduce speed down to 2 knots up to periscope depth. We have identified the vessel as well. The solution's looking pretty good, 60% at the moment, and that will only improve as we take a look through the scope. For a ship like this, armed merchant cruiser, trying to think about how many eels I want to fire at her. Probably 3 torpedoes towards this target. U-48 is up at periscope depth. Let's take a look up scope. Where is our armed merchant friend? There she is. It's a shame that this ship has such a large escort of 2 warships here. That might be a river class. Off to the left, definitely a corvette. Flower class, probably. Okay, bearing 037. We are going to wait until our gyro angle's at 0 degrees. Fire 2 torpedoes at 1 degree spread. Fire 3 torpedoes, actually, 1 degree spread. And she is very heavily armed. 1, 2, 3, at least 3 guns that I can see already. Gyro angles now at 6 degrees. We are about to fire. There's the frigate. There's the corvette, getting pretty close. Once we fire our torpedoes at this target, we are going to turn tail and start to run away. 5, 4 degrees. We could probably fire off now. Solution's still 68%. Angle on bow is looking really good there. Pretty much right at 90 degrees starboard. Get ready. We have remained undetected thus far. 2. We'll probably fire when her funnel's right at the wire, it looks like. Our torpedoes will leave the tubes, run straight towards the target, hopefully minimizing any sort of errors. And los. There we go. 3 torpedoes away. Hard to starboard. Time to turn away and get the heck out of here. We will continue to watch the target for the time being, as I do like to see the impacts, but we are going to increase speed to 4 knots. And hopefully be able to lurk away. 4 kilometers away from the target, they are going to see those torpedo wakes, so they absolutely will start to evade once they have spotted them. We are going to initiate the retreat now. 350 seconds to go before we can leave the combat area. Hopefully 2 torpedo impacts manage to sink this target. If not, I mean, she is a big ship. Filter by nation. Here she is. Wow, 16,000 tons. She's actually a lot larger than I thought. Maximum speed, 17. There's 2 of these ships in the fleet. I did not realize they were that big. We should have torpedo impacts here in a matter of seconds. It does not look like she's evading. The weather is really poor. The sea state is quite choppy, so it's very possible that they might not even see the torpedoes coming their way. Oh, nope, she's evading now. Look, she is turning hard to starboard. 2 hits. 3 hits on target. That is fantastic. It looks like a fire has broken out amidships right underneath the funnel. All 3 of those hits were aft. So hopefully she's taking on a good amount of water back there. Let's take a look at the frigates. She is turning this way. And the little Corvette. That's a good looking Corvette model, I must say. Looks fantastic. Let's take a look at our freighter friend. I think she's going to go down. It looks like her stern's already really low in the water. The bow's starting to get lifted out of the water. But we need to get out of here. We need to leave. All right, U-48. Good stuff. Drop down to 140 meters. Get out of here. Downscope. And we will find out if we manage to sink the target. We don't really get to watch her sink, as submarines are limited to this view, which is pretty cool. A very cool aspect of the mod. We can get out of here in 126 seconds. Let's see the report. She has critical damage, critical flooding. So that's reassuring. I think we got her. U-48 is clear to leave the combat area. That ship has not gone down, but let's just leave and we can re-engage if needed. The ship was scuttled. There we go. 16,000 tons sent down to the bottom. The Corvette and the frigate didn't even manage to make contact. Not a single ping. So good job, U-48. Continue on. She's on patrol over here to the north of Ireland. All of our boats have pretty much reached their patrol area. U-47's moving out here into the mid-Atlantic Ocean. And our raiding force with Admiral Scheer and Prince Eugen have broken out as well. They do have float planes. I am going to launch their float planes here soon. Once they reach this area, I will split them up. One will head towards the Canadian coast, and one will probably head down south. That's the plan. I'll probably have Prince Eugen head over here, and Admiral Scheer will go down further south. Oh, this isn't good. We have an encounter with Brest. 10 ships are closing in on it. It looks like they are going to capture it. I did have U-32 operating pretty close to Brest just to see if they could find anything there. Let's see if they do land troops. We did anticipate the Allied AI to do this. One commenter said something that I thought was pretty interesting, that this could really just simulate the fact that Brest is being bombed and we're not able to use it as much. Enemy troops have landed. Oh geez, that's a lot of troops there. So I would not be surprised if they do take control of Brest. There are 10 ships in that force. Now, once they capture Brest, the North Atlantic convoys supposedly will start. So I'm not too concerned with maintaining control of Brest. Like I said, my main objective is to sink a total of 300 allied ships. In the meantime, though, hopefully U-32 will be able to move up and possibly intercept them. It is now daytime. We are going to get some aircraft up and at them. 1 JU-88. Head over this way, try to find that convoy. I'm wondering, Plymouth, they're probably heading back to Liverpool if I had to guess. U-32, go into the Irish Sea. I'll see if we can find them up there. One thing I'm going to do, Admiral Shear. Here we're going to split. You'll go south. Prince Eugen. Go ahead over this way. Perfect. Things over there are looking good. Hopefully they find a big old convoy and are able to just absolutely annihilate it. That's what I'm hoping to do. In the meantime, we are going to search the Bay of Biscay for any sign of that allied convoy. Wow, the allies are determined. It looks like another force is coming towards Brest. They've landed even more troops there. Yeah, Brest is going to fall. They were determined. Raiding Force 1 has found something. Prince Eugen out here, just by herself. That's concerning. Hopefully it's not a submarine. Begin. I really hope it's not a sub, just out here in the middle of nowhere. Okay, no, we got something. Look. What do we got? We got a convoy. Okay, main guns are opening fire. That might be... That's a large destroyer there. We need to start moving away. Breaking contact. We need to go after the destroyers first. I can't believe we found a whole convoy here. Okay, what are we looking at? Let me pick out that. Ship's unidentified. We don't know what is out there. Stop, stop, stop. Fire star shells over the convoy. We need star shells over top of them. My gunners aren't spotting any of the warships, unfortunately. They're just going after the merchant ships, although it looks like they are bracketing that. That's what I'm concerned about. That looks like a cruiser. That's what they're engaging. This town class. Fire at that target number 5. Armor piercing. We are going to try to break away. Put some distance between us. We should outrange them. Jeez. Okay, a fire is broken out. Let's increase speed. Start moving. 30 knots. Our solution on the cruiser isn't bad. We want to keep putting distance between the two of us. I'm also going to turn a little bit so our forward guns can be in arc. Star shells are illuminating the convoy. Their gunnery is very, very accurate. There we go. Rudder amidships. Their gunnery is incredibly accurate. Full spreads. Make sure you are firing at what I want. Secondaries are firing as well. Loose, HE, fire, fire, fire. Let's see. Can barely even make her out. Doesn't look like she's been hit. Let's check damage control. Fires, geez, we've been hit a good amount. Efficiency's at 99, minor damage throughout the ship. This one fire will be out here soon. And she is wiggling around like crazy out there. All those little destroyers are firing as well. Let's check gun solutions. 66%. Secondaries, more star shells. Fire. Star shells are illuminating the target once more. Prince Eugen is continuing to fire. Let's reduce speed down to 28 knots. Taking a look at the town class. Look at all those star shells over above them. Oh, that must be a joy. Looks like they are turning around at this point. Gosh, our gunnery, we are just not getting any hits here, despite our solution being pretty good. We're going to continue to move away and hope we just get lucky. Nothing's on fire out there. I think we might be out of effective range for a lot of the destroyers, which is also helpful. I just need to minimize damage to our own ship. So let's begin spotting. I say that and then we have another fire breakout. 2 anti-aircraft mounts have been damaged. Well, Prince Eugen has a big fire that's broken out. I don't think we've managed to hit that little town class once yet. Begin spotting. Begin spotting. HE. Fire. Let's also start laying a smoke screen. We need to change course here. Change course. Damage report. Couple of minor fires breaking out. No flooding, which is good. Oh, no, I spoke too soon. There's the flooding. This is kind of unbelievable. 60% solution. Full spreads, full spreads. Fire's full spreads now. Fire at will. We're laying the smoke screen, putting out all the fires. We are going to turn again to try to break contact, keep wiggling around. I don't think we've hit this town class with a main gun yet. She has just shrugged everything off. There we go, there's a hit. Doesn't look like it did a whole lot. Okay, switch back to HE, fire. Main guns, firing, armor piercing, still 300 some odd rounds left. Star shells are starting to explode overhead. Come on, Prince Eugen. Damage control. Moderate damage, minor flooding. All of it can be repaired. Okay, we're gonna break contact now. Increase speed, 33 knots. Wow, they gave us a walloping. Star shells are overhead. We've switched back to high explosive. The little town class is continuing to chug on, along with the escorts. Man. Alright, yeah, breaking contact's probably the best idea here. We'll try to re-engage. Maybe we get Admiral Shear down here as well. Damage control's doing good. Getting everything under control. We'll fix all that damage. And keep firing as we withdraw spot as well. I don't think we caused much damage besides scratching the paint on this town. Good news for Prince Eugen. Pretty much all of her damage is being repaired. She's still being shot at, which is unfortunate. Still laying a smoke screen. We can probably quit that now. The good news is Admiral Shear isn't too far away, so they should be able to link up and re-engage this convoy. We'll also try to attack later, and maybe we can have some better luck against that town class. They were just ripping us up, and I did not want to stay in that for too long. A lot of this will be repaired here soon, though. Some of our stuff has been damaged a good amount, but not too terribly. Gosh, that was just such a underwhelming engagement for Prince Eugen. That town class really showed us who's boss. 223 seconds to go before we are clear of the combat area. We were clear to leave the combat area. Pretty much nothing happened, and that I wonder if it'd be better just to fire at these merchant ships. Cause some damage to them. Try to avoid the crew. The problem is that cruiser for sure. Let's continue on. Admiral Shear, you are turning back north. I do believe this convoy was heading to the east. So we're going to double back and come around here. U-47 can also move into position to try to find and track this convoy. So we got them. One of our float planes flew over the enemy ships. They are moving slow. Admiral Shear, 17 hours away. We could try to engage once more. Or she's just going to shadow him until Admiral Shear's here. Double the firepower. and we'll just really mess up this enemy force here. Let's just mark their position and continue to track them. We are about to re-intercept here with Admiral Shear and Prince Eugen. Let's merge them. Merge groups. You not close enough yet? There we go. Now they're both close. Let's also get them in a battle line. I want them pretty far apart from one another. Let's go get them. It is 1800. Oh boy, let's begin. We found them in the night. This actually may be a good strategy, having my surface raiders split up, finding enemy convoys, and then coming back together for the attack. Similar to how we would operate a proper wolf pack. We also have multiple float planes up, and let's change course. Admiral Shear. Oh boy, what are you shooting at? Target number 3. Prince Eugen, you are going to turn north. Admiral Shear. Yes, turn north as well over this way. What are we looking at? Just fire out whatever at the moment. That's our primary target. Does Admiral Shear have her radar on? She sure does. Yeah, open fire. Already have a good solution. Let's have my float planes head over, fly over the enemy. And we are just going to annihilate this convoy. There's a destroyer. We're engaging that right there. Admiral Shear, what's your situation? You're targeting number 4. Yep, that's what you should absolutely be firing at. We are turning to bring that rear gun into arc. And hopefully we get some hits with that. Firing HE with your secondaries. Prince Eugen. Oh, beautiful. What a sight. Solution. Okay, stop. Narrow spreads. No need to spot. Fire, fire, fire. Secondaries, fire at will. Narrow as well. Admiral Shear, your solution's already 70%. Fire narrow spreads. A few hits from these big old guns on Admiral Shear should be devastating. Once again, Prince Eugen is taking the brunt of the attack. She is going to increase speed, 33 knots. Let's get moving. Change course. Admiral Shear, increase speed, 19 knots. Is this town class? I mean, she got hit. There is that at the very least. Cruiser has to be taken out. There we go. Direct hit amidships caused a secondary explosion. And those 11-inch rounds just flying overhead. Okay, we have the whole convoy in sight here. Let's bring our Arados in to really help with the spotting. Let's see, can we even see them out there? Yeah, pretty distant. Very distant. Another secondary explosion on the cruiser. Looks like she might actually be smoking now, which is very, very good. Prince Eugen, how are you looking? Yeah, look, smoke on the horizon. They're burning up. Moderate damage. We have some more flooding in the bow. Looks like a couple of the merchant ships have been hit. But you know, not a priority at the moment, but it is good to see. The town class, she is not looking good. That merchant ship's been hit by something big. The town class, yep, is burning. Only forward guns are in arc. Admiral Shear has not been hit yet. No damage on board. Prince Eugen's taking the brunt of it. Things are going pretty well, all things considered. Once again, Prince Eugen is taking a lot of heat. Her damage is heavy. We're continuing to fire at the town class. It's all these other little destroyers which are contributing. The town class, I mean, she's been hit a good amount. Oof, those were close. Unfortunately, did not manage to hit her. What is our gun solution? 67%. We fire some star shells overhead, will that help illuminate the situation? There's all sorts of smoke back over there. Just certainly making things difficult. Fire narrow spreads now. Your main guns. We have 300 rounds left. There we go. Big hit. We're going to continue to try to run away here. Gosh, more bracketing of the target. It looks like a fire has started on the bow. Star shells are going up. Fire HE now. I'm wondering if it's even worth engaging all these destroyers, or we should just have Prince Eugen start firing at some of these merchant ships off in the distance. I think I may end up doing that. Admiral Shear will focus on the town class. Prince Eugen, start firing at the merchant ships. Also, turn away. Turn away. Jeez, you are taking too much damage. Heavy damage. Admiral Shear, move on in. The town is not looking good. Another good hit there. Multiple hits. We just got to get Prince Eugen out of the way. Let's start laying smoke. Start laying smoke. Bracketing the target. Fires all throughout the ship, it looks like. And let's also get our Arados back over here. I think one of them might have been shot down. Oh gosh, I accidentally got two of them. They were shot down. Okay, we'll stay far away then. They are quite dangerous, it seems. Anti-aircraft. Oof. Bracketing her. More hits on target. I mean, I do not think this town class is surviving this. That's for sure. Prince Eugen is really what I'm worried about here. Damage control teams all need to be working on fires. Let's take a look. Those are good. A couple of hits ought to do it. Prince Eugen, what are you firing? Firing armor piercing. That's fine. That's fine for the time being. All these merchant ships have guns as well. There we go. More hits on target. What I would kill for is a magazine explosion. That would solve a lot of our problems here. Admiral Shear. Guns are almost ready. Once again, narrow spreads, good. Out in the open there. These little destroyers are just pests. So once we sink the town class, so we can go after the destroyers, break contact. Prince Eugen, begin firing at number 10 now. Yep, that little destroyer's gotta go. There we go, more hits on the freighter, that's good. Slow them up. Damage control. Oh boy. Okay, fires. Fires and flooding. Impressive how much damage they're doing to us. Admiral Shear is untouched still. Well, it looks like they've decided to start engaging Admiral Shear. And if that's the case, Admiral Shear is going to turn around, increase speed, start putting some distance between the two of us. We are 8 kilometers away, and we have torpedoes, which we could utilize. Come on, she's right there in the open. Prince Eugen, start firing at her again. Start firing at her. Prince Eugen, let's also make sure your solution full. Loose. Fire. Armor piercing. Some of these destroyers are just dead in the water. Avoiding a collision. That town is resilient. Damage control on Admiral Shear. Minor damage, nothing too bad. Firing a mix. Oh my goodness. Good hits on target. It looks like the town class is taking on a lot of water in the bow, so that's probably not good for her. It's all these other destroyers that are just acting as pests. The good news for Prince Eugen is the damage is starting to get under control. Let's slow down, change course as well. Make sure all of our guns can fire at the town class, which is looking pretty low in the water now. Admiral Shear, debating firing torpedoes into that mess. Let's see. What's her torpedo situation? Torpedoes, G7As, range 8 kilometers. Pushing it a little close. 4 torpedoes. Manual fire off in that direction. Swing the tubes out, there we go. Drop a bunch of torpedoes in the water, give them something to think about. Damage control. Work on fires. The town is very low in the water now, more secondary explosions. She is still shooting, so we are going to continue to fire at her. Prince Eugen, all the fires are starting to get squashed, it looks like. How many fires do we have on sheer? Just 3, and some minor flooding. Man, it's going to be, these are going to be difficult convoys to crack. I think once we destroy the town, I'm going to disengage and re-engage, put some distance between us. It looks like a lot of the warships are returning back to the convoy. We take out the big threat, we re-engage, sink the merchants, and run away again. That's the plan. I don't want to really stay in extended gunfights like we're doing here. So we're going to continue to just run away, frankly. And maybe attack at night, engaging those merchant ships. Both of our ships are starting to lay smoke screens, and we are going to begin breaking contact. The town class looks like she is pretty low in the water. I think she's going to sink. So we're going to try to save some of our ammunition here. Oh, we just got the report. She's going down. We disengaged from the combat area. Prince Eugen has moderate damage. Looks like this destroyer has moderate damage too. Some of the destroyers have been hit. None of our torpedoes managed to strike home, but 11,000 tons sent down to the bottom. Well, folks, that is going to do it for today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and comment, as it really does help out the channel. But until next time, this is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I'll see you all on the next one.